So hello and welcome back to my channel guys. My name is Saujanya Sane. So guys, are you planning a trip to Udupi? And if the answer to this question is yes, then this video is for you guys. Because in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys a detailed itinerary of my Udupi trip based upon which you'll be able to plan your own trip. In this video, I'll be sharing a 3-day itinerary in which we will be covering around 12 places which are in Udupi as well as surrounding Udupi. But before we begin with our main video, just make sure that you hit the subscribe button because I upload informative and interesting travel videos on a regular basis. और है ना एक और चीज़ अभी ही कर देना, इस वीडियो को ना अभी ही लाइक कर दो क्योंकि मुझे पता है बाय द एंड ऑफ दिस वीडियो यू आर गोइंग टू लाइक दिस वीडियो, आपको वीडियो बहुत पसंद आने वाली है. तो तभी लाइक करने से अच्छा है ना अभी इस वीडियो को लाइक कर दो. चलो ठीक है, लाइक कर दिया. अभी हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं. अभी टाइम पास बहुत हो गया, अपना मेन वीडियो हम चालू करते हैं. तो यार मैं ना एक और डिस्क्लेमर अभी दे देता हूँ कि आई एम अ महाराष्ट्रियन एक्चुअली, सो इट मे हैपन दैट आई मे प्रोनाउंस सम कन्नड़ लैंग्वेज नेम डिफरेंटली और रॉन्गली. सो भाई लोग मुझे समझ लेना, अगर कुछ गलत होता है तो मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में करेक्ट करो. So on the first day of our Udupi trip, we will be covering around 4 destinations. The first destination which we'll be covering is a beach by the name called as Delta Beach or Delta Point. Now, this place is very famous amongst the students of Manipal University. Therefore, you will find this place always crowded. But that does not take away its beauty in any ways. Now, if you are coming to Delta Beach, make sure that you go to something called as the Delta Point. Now, to be very honest, Delta Beach is very ordinary, but the road which is connecting Delta Beach to Delta Point is simply awesome. Now, the second place which I would recommend you to visit on the first day of your trip is a hanging bridge which is near the backwaters of Delta Beach. This bridge is also called as the Kemmannu hanging bridge and it is a very beautiful and a peaceful place as you can see in these videos. In addition to just chilling and relaxing over here, you can also do some adventure sports activity over here like kayaking. Now, the third place which you should see on the first day of your trip is another beach by the name called as Pithrody Beach. I would recommend that you should see the sunset on the first day of your trip from this particular beach. Now, this beach was a little less crowded as compared to Delta Beach and therefore you can enjoy your sunset peacefully over here. So now the fourth place which you should see on the first day of your trip is a very famous temple in Udupi by the name called as Shri Krishna Mutt. Now obviously as the name suggests, it is a temple of Shri Krishna, but I can say it is not just a single temple inside, but it is a complex of temples inside. There are many temples inside as well as in addition to that, there are also various shops inside the premises of this temple. So now we will be starting with the second day of our trip, but before we begin with the second day of our trip, I would be talking about 2 points which I feel are relevant to this trip. Number 1 is the stay location and number 2 is that how do you travel within the city, that is how do you travel within Udupi. Now the first point was the stay location, that is where you should stay. Now we did not have this particular issue because we were staying in one of the rented accommodation which belonged to one of my friends who is a student of Manipal University. So this was not a question for us, but yes, there are various hotels which are available in and around Udupi, so you can definitely check online and you will get a good deal. I'm very sure about that. Second question is very important over here, that is how do you travel within the city. Now if you have been my subscriber or if you have seen my previous videos, okay, which are basically related to this travel guide, so I always recommend one point that you should always hire 2-wheelers, okay, because this is the most handy option. So you will always be able to travel freely without any restrictions. And now since Manipal is a student dominated area, you will find many options over here like the Royal Brothers. You will find various service providers which are local service providers. In addition to that, there was also Bounce over here. Now we took two-wheeler on hire from Bounce. It was very handy. A very nominal charges around 300 to 500 rupees per day. Obviously petrol is not included in that, but I would recommend you should go over here and buy these two-wheelers from any of the operator. It will be almost the same. So now we will be beginning with the second day of our trip, and on the second day of our trip we will be covering around 5 places, and all these 5 places are a little bit away from the main city of Udupi. To be very specific, we will be going to a place by the name called as Karkala. Now the first place which we'll be visiting on the second day of our trip is the beautiful St. Lawrence Shrine. Now this shrine, especially the outer side of it, is really beautiful and photogenic, as you can see in these videos. Usually this place is not that crowded, but when we visited over here, there was a mass going on, and therefore you can see a lot of crowd in the frame. There is one more place which you should not miss if at all you are visiting St. Lawrence Shrine. Now, just behind the church, or the shrine as they call it, there is something called as the magic pond or the wish pond, which is considered as very sacred. Now, whether this pond is really magical or whether the wishes do come true or no, it's a matter of belief. But the entire structure of the pond is really beautiful, as you can see in this video. Now the second place which we'll be visiting on the second day of our trip is one of my personal favorite. It is a Jain mandir by the name called as Chaturmukha Basadi. It derives its name from a very unique architectural feature of the temple. The temple is open or has entrance from all the 4 sides, and each side has God's idol. मतलब हर एक बाजू में यहाँ पे भगवान की मूर्ति है. Yet another notable feature of this temple is the pillars of this temple. Now all these pillars are made up of granite, and definitely these pillars make this temple look more attractive and photogenic. Now just in front of Chaturmukha Basadi there is a statue of Bahubali. This statue is also called as the Gomateshwar Statue, and this is the second highest statue of Bahubali in India. Now this Bahubali statue was the third destination of the second day of our trip. Now just like Chaturmukha Basadi, even this statue is located at an elevation, and therefore you have to climb a bit to reach at this particular place, and due to its elevation it gives some stunning and amazing views of the surroundings. Now the fourth place which we visited on the second day of our trip was another Jain mandir by the name called as Shravana Basadi. Now to be very honest, the temple is bit ordinary, but the surroundings of this temple are really extraordinary. This temple is surrounded by water on all the 4 sides. Actually it is in the middle of a lake by the name called as Anekere Lake. Now this makes this temple a bit more beautiful and attractive. Also the entire ambience of this temple is really calm and peaceful. The last destination on the second day is yet another Jain mandir. The name of this place is Varanga Jain mandir. This is probably one of the best temples that I have visited in my life so far. This temple is located in the middle of a lake, and the entire ecosystem which surrounds this temple makes this temple stand out and different from others. You will get to see various birds, fishes, turtles, etc. over here. The entire ambience of this temple is simply awesome. And moreover, you will have to take a small boat ride to reach to the entrance of this temple, and this adds adventure to beauty. But do make sure that you reach to this temple before 6 PM as this temple closes at 6 PM. And therefore I would recommend that if this is not possible, then you can skip one of the destinations which I have mentioned in this video so far as per your choices, as this temple really deserves a lot of time. So this is the last place of day 2. Our second day ends at the beautiful Varanga Jain mandir. So now we'll be beginning with the third day of our trip. On the third day of our trip, we'll be covering around 3 places. The first place which we'll be covering on the third day is the beautiful St. Mary's Island. Now this place was the reason why I had planned this trip actually. The moment I had seen the photo of this place for the first time, I was like मुझे यहाँ पे कैसे भी करके जाना ही है. Now I am sure that after seeing the videos of this particular place, you will get to know why I was crazy for this place. Now to reach St. Mary's Island, first you will have to reach Malpe, and from Malpe there is a half an hour boat ride which will take you to the entrance of St. Mary's Island. Now the ferry timings, the cost of the ferry, what you will get to see at the island, and probably every question connected to St. Mary's Island has already been covered by my St. Mary's Island video, which is already there on my YouTube channel. That video has all the detailed information about St. Mary's Island, but if you still have any queries or any doubt, then you can definitely ask in the comment section below, or you can also connect with me on Instagram. The link of my Instagram has been also given in the description below. Now the second place which we'll be visiting on the third day of our trip is Malpe Port. Now this place is actually optional. You can skip this place because if you are a vegetarian or if you don't like fish, then definitely you would not like to go over here. Here you will get to see a wide variety of fishes and you will get them at a very cheap rate. Now I have already made a separate YouTube video on Malpe Port which you can check on my channel. It is already uploaded. Now the third and the last place which we are going to visit in our trip is the Kaup beach and the lighthouse. The Kaup beach or the Kapu beach is yet another amazing beach, and I would recommend that you should see the sunset from this beach. The highlight of this particular beach is the lighthouse which is open for public but for limited hours in the evening. You will get to see an amazing view of the Kaup beach as well as the surrounding areas from the top of the lighthouse, as you can see in these videos. So guys, with this we have covered 12 places in a span of 3 days in and around Udupi, as I had said in the beginning of the video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching this video and this video was also helpful for you guys to plan your trip. Now frankly speaking, I might have missed out on a few places, but I am very sure that whichever places I have covered in this video are the most commonly visited and are the places which people usually like to see. So if this video was helpful for you guys to plan your Udupi trip, then do let me know in the comment section below. Alright, so guys, that's it from me in this particular video, and I'm very sure that soon we'll be meeting in the next video as well. So until the next video, bye bye.